I was always told that if I wanted to be successful in life, I needed to go to college. And honestly, I didn't want to go to college. So I'm glad I listened to this man instead, who was only 19 years old at the time and turned himself into a millionaire. He did it by investing just $10 a day. This is how he became a millionaire. A guy named Ryan decided he was going to invest $10 a day starting at age 19, which means he started with $3,650 the first year. The next year, his investment grew to $7,300. But what's crazy about this story is that his investment portfolio at age 40 was worth $1 million. That means when Ryan turned 40, he was officially a millionaire. But he wasn't rich yet. To be considered rich, I would say you have to have around $3 to $5 million. Because there's a difference between being a millionaire and being rich. Now, most people will never even become millionaires. So the fact that Ryan made it to this point in life was amazing. But that's not the best part of the story. The best part of the story is that at the age of 40, Ryan could have quit right then and there, and he still would have been rich. If he retired at the age of 40, he would have received an estimated income of $55,000 per year. And the reason he would have received this much money is because of something called compounding. Compounding is when your earnings start earning you more money. It's kind of like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small, but as it picks up speed, it gets bigger and bigger. And by the time it reaches the bottom of the hill, it's a huge ball of snow. And that's exactly what happened to Ryan's investment. They started out small, but they quickly grew as the years went on. By the time he was 40, his investments were paying him over $55,000 per year. Now, this may not sound like a lot of money, but remember, he only invested $10 a day. And also, he could have stopped investing at any time after the age of 40, because at that point, his investments were paying him more than enough to live off of. But Ryan didn't stop. In fact, he continued to invest $10 a day until he was 65 years old. And by that time, his investment portfolio was worth over $2.7 million. And that's the real reason why he became a millionaire. Ryan was able to do this by following the advice of one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett. Buffett has said that the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And that's exactly what Ryan did. He was patient. He didn't try to get rich quick. Instead, he just invested $10 a day and let compounding interest work its magic. If you want to be successful like Ryan, you need to be patient. You won't get rich overnight. But if you're willing to invest $10 a day and let compounding interest work its magic, you could be a millionaire one day too. Don't believe me? Let me prove it to you. Let's say you're 20 years old and you invest $10 a day. You'll have around $14,000 by the time you reach 30. Then you'll have $37,000 by the time you reach 40. Then you'll have around $100,000 by the time you reach 50. And finally, you'll have around $350,000 by the time you reach 60. Now that's a lot of money. And all it took was $10 a day. If you want to be a millionaire, it's important to start early. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest each day. For example, if you're 30 years old and you want to retire with $1 million, you'll have to invest around $67 a day. But if you're 20 years old, you only have to invest $10 a day. The younger you are, the more time you have to let compounding interest work its magic. And if you're thinking that $10 a day is too much money, I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not true. If you're serious about becoming a millionaire, you're going to have to invest some money. But the good news is that it doesn't take much, just $10 a day. In order to invest $10 a day, you need to have 3 things: a bank account, an investing app, and a brokerage account. A bank account is where you will keep your money, while an investing app is where you will buy and sell stocks. Finally, a brokerage account is where you'll actually invest your money. To open up a bank account, you can go to any bank and ask them to open up a new account for you. It's usually free and takes just a few minutes to complete. Once you have a bank account, you'll need to open up an investing app. There are many different apps to choose from, but I recommend Robinhood or Moomoo. Again, it's usually free to open up an account and takes just a few minutes to complete. Once you have an investing app, you'll need to deposit some money into your account. You can do this by linking your bank account or by using a credit card. Once you have money in your investing app, you can buy stocks. An ETF is like a basket that holds a bunch of different stocks. It's a great way to invest in the stock market without having to pick individual stocks. So once you have bought some stocks or ETFs, you can do this by clicking on trade and then transferring securities. Just follow the instructions and you should be good to go. The final step is to wait. That's it. Just let compounding interest work its magic and watch your money grow. And if you're wondering how long it'll take to become a millionaire, it depends on a few factors like your age, how much money you invest each day, and how the markets perform. But on average, it takes around 20 years to become a millionaire. So if you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 60, you need to start investing now. We've already covered everything you need to know about how to become a millionaire, but here's a quick summary. First, you need to start early. The younger you are, the less money you have to invest each day. Second, you need to be patient. It takes time to build wealth. Don't try to get rich quick. And third, you need to keep learning. The world of finance can be complicated, but the more you learn, the better off you'll be. Becoming a millionaire isn't easy, but it's definitely possible. Just follow these steps and you'll be on your way in no time. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a profitable day.